again.
Retired UFC star Rampage Jackson has a 25-year-old son named Raja who has recently set the internet on fire with the horrible, evil thing he's done. Raja is a trained MMA fighter who also live streams on Kick and has now found himself possibly on the receiving end of attempted murder charges. Again, the entire internet is predicting that he will never see the light of day again, and his entire life has been ruined for what he's done in the last.
You know, a lot of people have justified what has he done to this veteran who served our country. Now look, it was a mistake what he did, but at the end of the day, it was a skit. That can was mainly crushed before it hit that guy's head. It didn't hurt him at all. It just hurt his pride. He was upset because the simple fact is everybody was calling him a bitch, being gay and all this other crap, so he got worked up. And now when the guy apologized, he didn't just apologize once and just say fuck it. It was 3 to 4 times he apologized. Say, hey, I'm sorry, we did this thing here. It's kind of, the cameras were rolling. I thought it was part of a thing. But, I'm very sorry. I was mistaken. He accepted the apology. Then afterwards, they gave him a small role to go over there, pick him up and, fake hit him or whatever. But instead, he kept on hitting him 25 to 30 times, nearly killing this man. Attempted murder. That's what I'm going to say, attempted murder. Okay, because he's sitting there saying, yeah, they said I could hit him one time to get my, to get my lick in. But instead, he keeps on going and keeps on going. And so people have to pull him off. And he even said, I'm going to keep going until people pull me off. If you look at the wrestlers, they were shocked. They were even like, well, what's going on? This ain't part of it. This isn't it. So let's keep on going.
Day or two. But as someone who recently served 10 years in prison myself, I can tell you, honestly, it's not what you want to hear, or me, because I don't agree with what he did. Unfortunately, Raja will not serve a single day in prison.
If he doesn't serve a single day in prison, somebody needs to find this man and take care of business.
I guarantee it. I'll explain everything. Let's get started. For those who don't know who this is, who any of these people are, or what happened at all, I'm going to give a quick, brief recap. Very brief, because honestly, this video isn't about what happened. It's about the question of where my expertise lies in talking about what will Raja face or not face and why. That's the point of the video. But for those who don't know, because I assume a lot of people know, because this is, again, everywhere on the internet right now, I'm not going to drag that on and just spend 20 minutes telling people what they already know. For those who don't know, quick recap. Again, Raja Jackson is 25 years old. He is the son of a megastar in the UFC, someone I grew up watching fight in the UFC MMA fighting championship.
I forgot what the guy's dad's name is, but he's a piece of shit himself. This ugly motherfucker here, piece of shit. He raised his kids like garbage, and he even said for his 2 black children, he did nothing but save bail money. But for his, which he says, by the way, he almost says, for my N-word Chinese kids, of course I saved money for them to go to college. That just goes to say you didn't have much faith into your own children. That's pretty sad. And that shows you how you raised your kids. So at the end of the day, now you guys say this shit. I don't say it. It's something you guys like to say, this N-word bullcrap. Y'all need to grow the fuck up and quit saying it. It really shows how ignorant you are. And anyways, you guys agreeing with him, going to the extent of nearly killing somebody is a problem for me. This was a fight that didn't need to happen like this. He could have done his thing and maybe like talk to him later or handle business right then and there when it happened. But he accepted the apology. He did a roll and then afterwards took it too far. And I'm sorry, but someone needs to pay his son a little bit of his own medicine, and someone probably needs to give the dad a little bit of a dose of his medicine too, because they both need it. You raise trash for children.
League, Rampage Jackson. Now, Rampage Jackson has recently, within the last...
And Rampage Jackson, I'd like to say, or Rampage Jackson, I would personally like to say your son is a faggot. And is gay.
A month started streaming on...
Hold on 1 second, your call is very important to us, so we will be back with you as soon as possible. You can see how fake this shit is. It's very fake. They're not really hitting. It's like 95% fake. Wrestling is 95% fake. It's not like the 80s. When WWF was going on.
And he goes out and he has a camera person and he goes out to different places and, you know, like everyone does. His son is also doing that. Sometimes they do it together. Sometimes his son does it by himself. Raja Jackson. Now, Raja Jackson is very skilled in MMA. I don't think he's really broken into the UFC or any major league like that yet. He probably still has a long ways to go if he pursues that route. But nevertheless, his father is a freaking retired champion and a legend. I mean, an absolute legend of UFC. And so naturally, I mean, this guy has been learning MMA since he could walk, right?
Yeah, you taught your children, so let me get this straight. You taught your children how to fight, but not how to control their anger. You constantly call your child gay, or whatever the fuck you're calling him, to the point where he's so upset when someone calls him that, he's flipping the fuck out. Like someone stuck a dick up his ass while he was asleep. I mean, look. At the end of the day, you raised a garbage child who can't control his anger and can't accept an apology when someone fucks up. He wants to go to a whole new extent of really taking someone's life, and I don't agree with that. And I believe if you are garbage, you are going to raise garbage. And if you have uncontrol issues, there's probably a reason why your son doesn't have control issues. Because you don't have them yourself.
Raja Jackson goes to kind of a smaller town, local, this isn't WWE or anything. Stone Cold and The Rock aren't going to be there, but he goes to a kind of hometown wrestling.
That's 2 times that you see. You can tell. That's not going to hurt him. It didn't hurt him at all. It didn't faze him. He apologized. Accept the apology and get over it. You act like you're in the hood or some shit and somebody said something to you sideways and you have to take care of business. Dude, you've never lived in the hood a day in your life. You are what we call privileged. But you like to try to be a victim, bringing up blackness, and you're sick and tired of everybody talking shit to you. You're sick and tired of everybody calling you a fag. Well, you are, sir. I'm sorry, but you are a definition of what we call a fag.
Jamie's watching you too.
Payment show. And he goes back there with his cameras and he's live streaming. There's all these cameras on him with his camera crew, and he kind of goes back behind the scenes and meets a wrestler who is working at this location named Psycho Stu. That's his wrestler name. Psycho Stu has no idea who this guy is, what's going on. All he sees is a guy who, Raja Jackson being trained in MMA. He's young, he's fit. he doesn't know. Maybe this is a new wrestler. Maybe this is a new guy. Is this a bit? Is this a skit? Is this part of the show that I haven't been told about? There's all these cameras filming him. I guess I'm just, assuming this guy is a wrestler as well, right? And so he kind of assumes, oh, he's a wrestler, he's working. Raja and him, they kind of have exchanged some aggressive words. And so Psycho Stu takes a beer can. Now it is...
And his name is Rampage. And his son is Garbage. You can see this is like several times of this hit here.
Calculated up.
Look, you can see he squishes the can mainly with his hand. There's nothing in the can. It's a prop can. They're props. Okay? A lot of these cans squish real easy, or they're already heated up to the point where they can crush down so easily. I used to work in the background of these sets. They're 95% fucking fake. Okay? They're not 80% fake. They're not fucking 70% fake, not 50% fake. It's 95% fakeness. Okay? He apologized. He said, hey, I'm sorry. Look, it was a fuck up. I thought you were working here. I thought you were new.
You want to see what she's talking about?
Now, if you think someone's new, of course you're going to be like, hell yeah, I'm going to start up with this guy so I can get my acting going.
He was beating up the
Jesus Christ.
This is either a real, full-fledged beer can full of beer unopened, or it is a prop beer can. I can't confirm that at the time, which...
A lot of these the reason why they call them prop cans is because they heat them to the point where you can't really see, but they'll break down real easy, or they'll crush real easy. They're not like normal cans, like you get off the street. You hit somebody in the head, normally that would hurt, even if it wasn't open. If it was open and all that shit. So this doesn't make any sense to me.
What it is, but either way, he takes that beer can and kind of smashes it on the head. Not a bottle, a can. Smashes it on the head of Raja Jackson, and it goes pfft, and all this beer busts. This is all being live streamed by Raja's people. I'll be honest, whether it was a real can or a fake can, Raja did not flinch. He didn't move a muscle. It did not faze him whatsoever. And he's like, what the heck? What's up? What was that?
He's not a fucking worker, bro. Tell him that.
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
You good.
What the fuck was that?
You don't sell it? No, he's not a fucking worker, bro.
What the fuck was it? Hold on. I don't play that shit, bro. Nah, I will fuck him up, bro.
I know you will. We're good.
I will fuck him up, bro. I don't play that shit.
What are you doing? What's wrong with you?
But you can see how fast his face changes when the other guy comes up to him in the hat and tells him, hey, he's not a worker. He's not part of our group here. He just came over here to chill. And you can see how fast his face changed.
What?
Look.
Oh, I know you will. We're good.
I will fuck him up, bro. I don't play that shit.
See right here. He's like, oh shit.
What are you doing?
He gets closer in to go, oh my bad. And why?
What's wrong with you? What?
Tell him I'm sorry afterwards.
So they get in each other's face, and you even hear Psycho Stu, the wrestler, say, oh, you're not going to sell it? You're not going to sell it? Which is, as someone who grew up watching WWF, WWE, humongous fan. I have like 7 Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I'm sorry, but WWF was the shit. WWE sucks dick.
T-shirts in my closet. Humongous fan of wrestling. I know the lingo. When they say, oh, you're not going to sell it, that basically is wrestling talk for,
come on,
you're not going to pretend that what I just did hurt to the cameras, which further shows Psycho Stu thought he was a wrestler, like a new guy or something, who showed up and has these cameras on him, and so he hit him with a beer can, and, in his mind, you should be flinching and acting like, oh, this hurt. But dude was just unfazed, and he's like, oh, so you're not going to sell it? You're not going to pretend it hurt? So that kind of lets you know his mindset and confirms that. Raja, he doesn't know what he's talking about. So he's like, what? No. So they continue arguing and having an issue. Later on, Psycho Stu realizes, oh, this isn't a wrestler. This isn't a guy who's like working this venue, this location for like as a wrestler, as part of the wrestling program. He's just a guy, a quite famous guy who was the son of a extremely famous guy who showed up here, live streaming. People are still kind of learning like what's going on with the live streaming and stuff. So once he learned that, he apologized man to man to Raja and said, I'm sorry, I was confused, misunderstanding, sorry. And allegedly, I can't confirm this, but allegedly he even told Raja, hey, you know what, at some point during the show, you can come in the ring and slam me as your payback, because he knows that a lot of people just saw this happen live. I just smashed a can over your head, whether it was real or fake. I just smashed it over your head. So, and obviously you're famous, your father's famous, this will be good publicity. If you want to hop over the fence of the crowd and at a certain point in the match go in there and slam me.
Yeah, clearly he took it to the point of getting 50 subs, telling people, getting mad about all the people talking shit online. And then afterwards, going to the point of saying, yeah, I don't know how many subs, give me 50 subs, and I'll go in there and I'll body slam them and I'll keep on punching them until they pull me off of him. To the point where his teeth were in his mouth, he's bleeding, he's knocked the fuck out, and you nearly killed him. So, personally, you should be charged with murder, and white people, you need to stand up and really wake the fuck up and smell the coffee. How many times have we seen this happen to white people by black people? Way too often. Either killing, jumping, or taking advantage of the situation and going a bit too far. How many times? I'm really asking you, how many times are you guys going to let this keep on going? No, it's not.
As your revenge, we can do that. Which, that's predetermined, that's pre-planned and set up, that's fine.
That's him.
Here's what happened, and I can't even show it. I'll show you some of what happened, but I can't show you the brutal part. Raja Jackson, when the time...
You can't show the brutal part for the simple fact is you're not getting paid if you do so, because YouTube is a bitch fucking bow down to children who get violent on a daily basis anyway. Kids are fucking disgusting. They get violent. Like, YouTube wants to kiss the bottom of these feet of these children, and it's like, no, YouTube was made for adults, not made for kids. So at the end of the day, people should be able to watch this and learn from this situation. Nobody should have to pull back this and be like, oh, we can't show it because YouTube and their stupid guidelines says that we can't show it to you because I can't get a paycheck off of it, or I can't have commercials. And I'm sorry, there's a lot more terrible shit that commercials go for when it comes down to cable. So let's get the fuck over that shit. YouTube, grow a pair of balls.
Right, he jumps in there, he goes in, he picks up Psycho Stu. You can see Psycho Stu is a large fella. Raja Jackson is skilled in MMA. I'm sure he knows how to pick people up and slam them, even when they don't want to be picked up and slammed. But Psycho Stu is not putting up any fight. He's not giving any resistance, and this is consistent with someone.
People are trying to pull him off. Everybody's confused because they're not knowing what the fuck's going on. They're like, wait a minute, it was only supposed to be a 1. This isn't UFC. Okay, this is wrestling. How many times have you seen wrestlers do this type of shit? Never.
Who is in this wrestling entertainment business, which confirms I told you, and I'm acknowledging, I'm allowing you to come in here and pick me up. He's not fighting back at all. Then boom, he's slammed, and at some point his head hits and he's knocked out cold. His arms are spread, and at that point, Raja Jackson, what does he do? downright just dirty.
Charge this man with attempted murder. And if anybody fucking cares, I personally believe if he doesn't get charged with murder, somebody should go and find this man and fuck him up and give him a dose of his own medicine. Make him swallow his fucking teeth. Make him to the point where he can't fucking walk. Okay? He's not somebody off the hood. Okay? I'm sorry, but I lived in the hood where people were getting shot, stabbed, raped every day. Okay? Fresno, California. Worst place to fucking live. I lived in the hood and all sorts of places. Never lived in a nice community until today. Okay? And then you have to see people, oh, well, he's black. He's black. He should be able to, he's seriously offended. Shut the fuck up. Quit trying to justify his race. Okay? Nobody cares. You guys all want to be treated with respect and treated the same as white people, but then you guys constantly split by saying, oh, we're black. You're not American. You are black, then go back to Africa. We don't need you here. We need people that are American, that can control their anger issues, and know what the fuck they're doing when they're in the ring. Not taking it above and beyond and nearly killing a fucking veteran that gave us our fucking freedoms. So I'm sorry, it was a mistake.
She agrees with you.
This is all a mistake, and the simple fact is this black man took advantage of this situation and nearly killed this veteran. This man should be either in jail or somebody should fucking find this man and pick him up and drop kick his ass like never before, and I want to see someone curb stop his bitch ass for real.
Actions, awful, just inexcusable actions. He proceeds to punch him in the face 21 times while he is clearly unconscious, which is extremely dangerous. It's dangerous to hit someone in the face, period, but once someone is like on the ground unconscious, to continue hitting them, much less 21 times, that is extremely dangerous, and that is exactly what he did, and this is what
I'm sorry, but I would have
out,
jumped on his back and I would have choked that motherfucker out. And I would have told everybody there, you better jump on this man and fuck him up. Look what he did to one of our wrestlers. There ain't no fucking way I would let one of my fellow wrestlers get fucked up like that over nothing. Ooh, this makes me so mad. It makes me angry. It makes me furious. And yeah, I'm mixed, but I don't care. Mere fact, what I care about is you can't control your goddamn anger. You can't control your pride. You're so angry because someone fucking disrespected you. How many times have black people disrespected white people? Just with their attitudes, the way that they talk down to people, the way that they make demands. It happens all the time. We're supposed to get along, but at the end of the day, you don't want to get along. You always want to be a victim. You always want to bring up that you're black. Oh, well, they're black, they're folk. You don't know the hardship, what it is to be black. He has privileges, more privileges than I've ever had. And I look white. Way more privileges than I ever had, and I was always broke. But you don't ever see me going out there beating the living daylights out of people that disrespect me. I just, what the fuck ever, and I walk on. I'll take care of business if I have to, if it's a life or death situation. But other than that, this is fucking above and beyond and crazy. And I'm sorry, but I can't really read his channel, but